I speak to you now, not tomorrow, not when you think you're ready, not when your burdens feel lighter. It is now, in this exact moment, that my voice reaches you. There are movements around you that you cannot see, but I can see them clearly. What you feel as unexplainable anxiety is not just in your head. It's a spiritual signal. Sleepless nights, a restless mind, a heavy heart. This is more than just tiredness. It's a battle, and battles are not won by ignoring them. I see every silent sacrifice you've made. I have watched as you smiled, pretending everything was okay, even when you were broken inside. I've witnessed the countless times when your tired body kept pushing, never letting anyone down. Nothing escaped my attention. But as you've been focused on everyone else, you've left your own defenses weak. The enemy strikes at the places where you think you're strongest. It enters quietly, disturbs your peace, and shakes your balance. That's why my words come with urgency. You can no longer treat the spiritual matters as if they're small. You feel a weight, like the air is heavy at times. It's not just physical. There are forces at work, trying to weaken you, silence your hope, and shake your faith. But I tell you, you weren't made to fall now. You were meant to stand tall. So, I ask you to stay focused, stay until the end. The message I'm sharing with you must be received fully. If you leave before it's complete, you'll only get parts of what I prepared for you. Don't believe your struggles are unseen. Every tear you held back, every moment you wanted to give up, every breath of exhaustion was known to me. I see how you pushed yourself beyond your limits and carried pain no one else could understand. Today, I'm not here to blame you. I'm here to lift you up. I come to open your eyes and show you that something bigger is unfolding. The enemy knows he can't destroy what I have built with you. So instead, he tries to weaken you little by little. But I tell you, your story doesn't end with pressure. It transforms the moment you choose to trust. Don't ignore the signs you've been given. The same problems repeating, tensions in the air, words that feel like affection but hide something else, frequent illnesses. None of this is by chance. These are signs of a battle that requires you to take a stand. Today, you have a choice. Keep pretending everything is fine or admit that you need to surrender to me. When you give me control, I close doors, disarm hidden traps, break secret bonds, and restore the peace that has been taken from you. I ask you to let go of what you've been holding on to out of fear. Letting go doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. While you carry the burden alone, you limit what I can do for you. When you release it, I take control. When you trust, I work. The pressure you feel is not a sign of abandonment. It is proof that something powerful is coming your way. So, don't give up now. Lift your head, accept this guidance, and declare your decision with faith. Comment with faith. I receive the guidance of God now because I choose to trust and stay in what He has spoken to me. I tell you, your home is a spiritual battleground. Every room, every conversation, every item carries an energy that can either open or close doors in the unseen world. Many people believe that a quick prayer before bed is enough. But I show you that this is not enough for the battle you're facing. This is not the time for shallow actions, but it's time for real sanctification. I want you to understand that your home is more than just four walls and a roof. It's a place where the spiritual world influences your life, for either good or bad. I have seen certain people enter your home, bringing with them unfamiliar and troubling energies. I have seen objects come in, seeming innocent as gifts but carrying with them memories of curses. I've heard words spoken in friendship, but they were like arrows aimed at your peace. None of this has escaped my notice. You felt the strange unease in your body and soul after certain visits, the discomfort following specific conversations, and the lack of rest in places where you once found peace. I tell you, this is no coincidence. It's a sign. It's time to examine your surroundings. Be mindful of what you've allowed to enter your eyes, what you've let occupy your ears, and what has been left on your walls. Music that doesn't uplift, words that don't build you up, objects that don't reflect my presence, these are slowly draining your energy. I'm not speaking to frighten you, but to wake you up. Many people are trapped not by major attacks, but by small, repeated compromises. This is how the enemy works, filling space until you don't even notice the burden. I invite you to dedicate specific time to me. I want to hear your honest voice speak words of consecration in every corner of your life. I want your prayer to be a genuine offering, not just a duty. I want your home to be an altar, a place of spiritual rest, not just physical comfort. When you consecrate your home, you create an invisible shield that deflects harm, stops attacks, and brings peace even in the middle of chaos. The peace I give you doesn't rely on silence from the outside. It comes from the real presence I feel when I'm received with honor. I know you've trusted the wrong people. I know you've welcomed voices that appeared kind on the surface but were filled with negativity underneath. I know you've let conversations seep in that planted seeds of doubt and discouragement. I'm not here to accuse you, but to warn you. Close those open doors now. Don't interact with those who drain your spiritual strength. Learn to tell the difference between true love and hidden manipulation. Not every kind gesture comes from my spirit. Be careful with whom you share your heart. Guard your intimacy as you would a precious treasure. And now is the time to purify your decisions. Don't keep feeding your atmosphere with distractions that dull your faith. I did not call you to live in confusion. I called you to live with clarity and full attention. Remove the unnecessary, filter what you allowed in, and set priorities that reflect my voice. I want your daily routine to be an offering, your home to become a true place of rest, and your decisions to carry the weight of being set apart for me. Never underestimate the power of your surroundings. A home that welcomes my presence turns into a sanctuary, a stronghold, and a sign of victory for everyone who steps inside. Today, I come with authority to reveal to you that the enemy has tried to invade every little detail, but I give you the wisdom to close every door. Stand up, anoint your home with prayer, speak my word over your rooms, fill your table with thankfulness, and cleanse your conversations with truth. Where there was disorder, I will bring order. Where there was heaviness, I will bring ease. Where there was restlessness, I will bring peace. You are called to protect your environment. Do not allow your home to be a battleground. This is the time to take a firm stand. Choose what stays and what goes. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. Learn to stay quiet when your peace is disturbed. Learn to separate the sacred from the common, because every choice you make shapes the space your family lives in. I will not let the enemy destroy what I have built with you, but I need you to follow my guidance. And now, I tell you, don't keep this message to yourself. The enemy wants silence, but I want your words to echo. Share this warning with your loved ones, because many homes are being quietly attacked by the same unseen forces. Just as I opened your eyes, I will open theirs through your act of obedience. This is not just about passing on a message. It's about breathing life into places that need change. Share this word now as a tool for protection and freedom, for when you do, you spread the same protection I'm giving you over to those you care about. I come to you not only with a warning but also with hope. I want you to know that I have already prepared for situations that could have ruined your journey. I have blocked losses you never saw coming. I have stopped sickness before it could spread, and I have prevented accidents from happening. Often, you saw my silence as distance, but that silence was your protection. While you believed nothing was changing, I was already working on your behalf. Today, I come to remind you that nothing you face is greater than the protection I have placed over your life. The enemy tried to fill your mind with the thought that you were alone, that no one was watching over you, that all your efforts were in vain. But I tell you, you have never been without my protection. My presence has been with you through every night of fear, through every day when you felt like you couldn't keep going. I held you up in the unseen moments, when your body trembled and your soul cried out for peace. Don't overlook the care you've already received, because the same God who has kept you until now will remain faithful to finish what He started in you. But I need something from you, your full surrender. Many give me only the easy parts, the visible prayers, the quick moments of seeking, but I want more. I want the parts of you that are hidden, the wounds you've never shown, the pain you've never spoken about, the memories you've tried to bury. You may think it's about showing strength, but I tell you, I don't need your fake strength. I need your honesty. When you bring me even the broken pieces, I will make them whole again. Today, I want you to look inside and realize you are not the mistakes you've made, you are not the rejections you face, and you are not the sum of the words that tried to tear you down. You are a living purpose, a creation that bears the mark of my promise. What others have said about you cannot change what I have decided for you. Your worth is not in human approval, but in the divine seal I have placed on your life. While many have judged you based on your outward appearance, I have looked deeper and seen treasures that are still waiting to rise. Now is the time to purify your soul. Old roots of bitterness, habits that distract you, relationships that steal your faith, all of this must be removed so I can plant something new. It's pointless to try and grow in soil that's been tainted. This is not punishment. It is freedom. I want to restore the peace you've lost. I want to bring back the lightness you once had. I want to guide your steps in the rhythm of victory. But this requires a choice. You can no longer keep wavering between trusting and doubting, between seeking me and falling back into old mistakes. This is the moment to break free from the cycles and choose to trust me completely. I have come to show you that every pain can become a testimony. The valley you've walked through is not your final destination. It is simply the path that reveals those who endure. The tears you cried were not in vain, they were seeds that have now begun to grow into fruit. I want you to recognize that nothing you've been through was wasted. Every moment of silence you endured, every injustice you swallowed, every night of heavy heartache has shaped who you are. Just as gold is refined in fire, your faith has grown stronger through the trials you face. Lift your head up. You were never meant to walk around under the weight of guilt. I have already freed you from the burden of your past mistakes. I have erased every accusation that tries to hold you back. Don't let the voice of the enemy control your present. I have given you the authority to live in victory. Accept that authority now. Choose to trust and follow my voice. No matter how many times the enemy tries to stop you, the seal I've placed on your life remains unshaken. Now choose to stay under my guidance. I do not fail, and my promises are unbreakable. What I have spoken over your life will stand. Close your ears to doubt, and open your heart to faith. Let your actions show that you receive this message not as just another word, but as divine direction. Like this video and subscribe now to show that you are staying under my voice and aligning yourself with what I am releasing into your life. I understand the wounds you keep silent about. I know the words that once hurt you, words that still echo in your soul as if they were spoken yesterday. I know the rejections you faced, the doors that shut without explanation, the looks that belittled you, and the absences that have marked your journey. These memories didn't vanish just because you tried to forget them. They remain as scars within you, influencing your feelings and decisions, even when they're hidden. Don't think it's weakness to still feel the pain of past hurts. It is not weakness. It is a sign that your soul is in need of healing. You've been carrying wounds that have built up like invisible burdens. You tried to hide them. You tried to smile. You tried to keep moving as if everything was fine, but your body began to show what your heart was hiding. The tiredness that doesn't go away no matter how much you rest. The pain that shows up without warning. The discomfort that doesn't have a clear cause. This is the cry of your soul calling for healing. I tell you, don't ignore this cry. It's not just physical, it's spiritual. When your soul is wounded, your body reacts. If you hold on to anger, hurt, or disappointment without dealing with them, they poison your peace and drain your energy. You notice how your mood shifts suddenly, how your energy fades for no reason. I'm revealing to you that behind these changes are unhealed memories. Today, I come to touch those areas you've been avoiding. Not to expose your pain, but to purify it. Not to reopen old wounds, but to heal them with my presence. The harsh words you heard, which made you feel like you weren't enough, have no power over you. The rejections you faced, which tried to make you believe you weren't worthy, do not take away the value I've given you. The silences you mistook for abandonment do not mean I've forgotten you. I was with you in every tear, in every night when you wondered if anyone truly cared about you. You mattered to me. From the very start, your life has been before my eyes. I know the disappointments you faced. People you trusted who let you down. Affections you thought were true but turned out to be selfish. Broken promises, shattered dreams, severed bonds. All of this has settled deep inside you, turning into bitter roots. You've tried to move forward, but every new situation seemed to bring up the pain from the past. I know there are memories that still sting when they resurface, but today I tell you, it's time to remove those roots. I don't want you to keep carrying burden after burden, pain after pain. I want you to breathe freely again, to walk without being weighed down by invisible chains. I don't ignore what you've been through. I know it hurt. I know that what you've been through has left a mark on you, but I want to remind you, you are not defined by what others did to you. You are not what they said about you, and you are not the sum of all the losses you've experienced. You are mine, you are loved, and you are chosen. Everything I allowed to happen was not meant to destroy you, but to shape you. I even turned pain into something that helps you grow. And while you may not understand it now, you will one day see that none of it was wasted. Your body began to show what your soul could no longer bear: exhaustion for no reason, constant illness, a weight you couldn't shake off. These are signs that it's time for healing. Today, I am pouring healing balm over your memories. I am stepping into the depths of your mind to cleanse what has built up. I am pulling out the thorns, loosening the knots, and erasing the marks left by the hurtful words. Where there was darkness, I will bring light. Where there was pain, I will bring peace. Where there was shame, I will restore dignity. Do not fear this process. I know that reopening these wounds might feel risky, but when I enter, there is no danger. I don't expose you, I heal you. I don't condemn you, I restore you. The wound that once seemed endless will turn into a scar of victory. The memory that once brought you pain will become a story of overcoming. The weight that once held you back will transform into strength for the journey ahead. I'm purifying your soul because I want your body to regain its strength. I want you to wake up without the heaviness of the past, to walk without unexplained pain, and to breathe without the constant pressure. I want you to experience lightness in your spirit and fresh energy in your body. This healing won't come just from human treatments. It will come from my true presence. When I heal you from the inside, everything around you will begin to change. Receive this message today as the start of a new chapter. Stop carrying the burdens I am already ready to take from you. Surrender your memories, your wounds, your traumas to me. I waste nothing. I turn wounds into growth, losses into lessons, and rejections into strength. What hurt you will no longer control you, but the purpose I've given you will. From now on, your story will not be defined by the marks of pain, but by the signs of my healing. I tell you, the environment you live in and the daily habits you follow are a part of your spiritual battle. Don't underestimate the impact of what you allow to enter through your eyes, what reaches your ears, and what fills your mind. Small, repeated choices, day after day, open doors that allow the enemy's influence to sneak in. You may think it's just a psalm, just a conversation, or just some content, but I see how these things plant seeds inside you and gradually drain your faith. That's why I invite you to purify not just the big actions, but also the small details that shape your daily surroundings. This isn't fanaticism, it's spiritual awareness. What you consume affects the way you think. What you listen to shapes your feelings. What you allow into your home creates the atmosphere that your family and children breathe. That's why I teach you to be watchful. Choose carefully what you let in, because not everything that appears harmless is good for your soul. There are hidden voices that can lead you off track. There are messages in music and words that weaken your spiritual sensitivity. Learn to recognize them. You were created to be a living temple, and a temple cannot be defiled by anything. I want you to set aside special time for me, away from distractions and noise. It doesn't need to be a complicated ritual, but it must be genuine. Talk to me when you wake up. Bless your surroundings with a simple prayer. Speak my word over your home. Let your faith guide every decision. When you do this, the weight of unseen burdens will begin to lift, and my presence will become real to you. I know you've been feeling worn out, often not understanding where all the tiredness is coming from. But today I show you that much of it comes from what you've accepted without thinking. You let in jokes that dishonor, conversations that stir up doubt, distractions that take your time and focus, and before you know it, you're exhausted, with no energy left for what truly matters. I ask you to cut off these sources. I don't ask for perfection. I asked for awareness. I don't need you to withdraw from the world, but I want you to stop absorbing what weakens your faith. Purify your daily routine. Learn to stay silent sometimes, so you can hear me. Learn to fast, not as a duty, but as a tool that sharpens your sensitivity. Learn to turn every simple task into an act of dedication. When you cook, pray. When you walk, call my word. When you work, do it with a pure heart. This way, your life becomes a continuous altar, and the enemy cannot find any openings to bring fear, anxiety, or confusion into your life. I do not desire repeated words. I seek your honesty. I do not like a prayer that is empty of feeling. I want to hear your sincere voice, even if it feels weak. I want to hear your broken words. I do not require perfection. I require honesty, because it is through your openness that I pour out my favor. When you call out to me with all your heart, I answer. When you seek me with all your being, I make myself known to you. Now I tell you, create an altar in your everyday routine. You decide which door to close and which to open. Close your ears to things that cause doubt. Close your eyes to things that poison your mind. Close your steps to paths that only mislead you. And open your heart to my presence. Open your days to my guidance. Open your decisions to my voice. In doing so, you will stay protected, light, and aware of what I am doing. If you understand this message, show it with an act of faith. Comment 777 to declare that you dedicate your home, your routine, and your heart to me, as a sign that you choose to purify your surroundings and live in holiness before me. I tell you with love and certainty, the time has come to recognize who is walking beside you with purpose and who stays only for their own convenience. Not everyone who comes near you was meant to help you grow. Some take from you, drain your energy, and leave you feeling more exhausted than before. And you have felt this, even if you didn't fully understand it. You feel heaviness in some conversations, discomfort after certain encounters, and a strange silence when you share your dreams. I reveal to you that it is not just a feeling, it is a truth. Learn to see it clearly. There are connections that aren't setbacks, but releases. Relationships that end suddenly are not always failures. Often, they are acts of protection. I have closed doors that you tried to keep open because I saw what you could not. You thought it was rejection, but it was actually protection. People left your life not because you are less than them, but because they couldn't walk in the same direction I am leading you. Understand, not everyone is ready for the new season I am bringing into your life. Don't fear being alone for a while. It's not emptiness, it's space for truth. As long as you keep holding on to relationships that drain you, you are delaying the ones that will bring you life. Learn to say no. Learn to set boundaries. It's not about lacking love. It's about loving the purpose I have given you. You weren't called to please everyone. You were chosen to fulfill a higher purpose. And that purpose requires the courage to let go of relationships that no longer strengthen your faith. I know it hurts. I know the heart clings to what is familiar. I know there are memories, shared experiences, promises, and feelings. But I tell you, the short pain of letting go is better than years of wear that take away your peace. True love does not control, manipulate, or suffocate. The love I give you builds you up, strengthens you, and helps you grow. Learn to tell the difference. Some people come into your life only to take from you, not to offer anything in return. These relationships do not help you grow. They only drain your energy. Today, I am giving you the ability to see beyond the surface. Don't see every separation as a failure. I am removing people from your life because I want you to have relationships that lift you up. You cannot bring unbalanced relationships into this next season. What I have prepared for you requires relationships that are based on truth, faith, and purpose. That's why I'm closing certain doors. Don't keep trying to open what I have already shut. When I remove someone from your life, it is not to hurt you, but to protect you. I will bring new people into your life, people with pure hearts, connections that will not drain you, but will strengthen you. These people may come unexpectedly, not in large numbers, but in the right kind of quality. And when this happens, you will understand why it was necessary to make space first. A heart filled with unhealthy ties cannot hold true, meaningful friendships. Today, I break the emotional chains that have kept you attached to those who didn't invest in your growth. Protect your heart. Not everyone deserves to see your weaknesses. Protect your dreams because some may not celebrate them, but will quietly criticize. Protect your personal life, for there are those who smile at you, but speak against you when you're not around. Don't give your heart away without first discerning who truly deserves it. I will give you signs. You will feel peace with those who come from me and discomfort with those who do not carry my presence. Do not ignore these differences. I invite you to live more freely. Too many unnecessary attachments have been holding you back. Learn to choose wisely. It's not about isolating yourself, it's about being discerning. I don't want you to live in isolation, but I do want you to walk with those who uplift you, not those who take away from you. Don't feel guilty about ending relationships that no longer serve you. Some cycles need to end for you to move forward. Now I urge you, don't keep this message to yourself. Many around you are trapped in the same bonds that are holding them back and affecting their well-being. They need to hear that separating from what harms them is an act of love, that setting boundaries is a form of protection, and that saying no can be a freeing act. By sharing this message, you're not just passing along a video, you're giving someone the courage they need to seek freedom. Share this word today as an act of love, because just as I am opening your eyes to set boundaries that protect you, I want to use your obedience to help others break free from the chains that have held them captive. I tell you, your families are at the heart of this struggle, but they are also at the heart of my promise. What they've seen as simple arguments, recurring health problems, and constant tension is not just coincidence. There are forces working to divide their home, separate their loved ones, and weaken the unity I have established.